Hey, Justice Warriors, what's going on? How are you guys today? Trying to make my screen bigger, and there we go. All right. Good morning. It is 9:36 on Valentine's Day. So sending you much love and light. And you know what? Let's see, where is that? Oh, it's the light behind the curtain. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Let's see if I can get that. Ugh. I don't know if I'll be able to. I think I can. Hold on. Come on. Oh, it's always something. Should I start over? Okay. Every little thing. And now to plug in my mic before the end. That was so annoying last night. So the problem is, let me quit talking until I have it plugged in. Okay. All right. The problem is if I have it plugged in, I can't use my computer for anything because I can't hear. And let's see. It drives me nuts how everything is backwards. Left is right, right is left. I already have that problem without a screen. I've been completely dyslexic my entire life. And it's challenging, but I can manage it. But then when you put a screen in front of me and it messes it up even more, I'm just like, yeah, right. Okay. So here we are, Parker 87 and Claudia and Christine. Good morning. Howdy do. So lovely to see you guys. I hope that Mark can hop on in here because he's the one who tries to keep me honest with my early daytime videos. I've been doing them evening the last couple of days, and I actually like doing them in the morning. I just get distracted with one thing after another, My life, I'm sure you guys know. And then there's like the whole thing with YouTube distracting you on top of it if you don't have enough distractions of your own. So for those of us that are just hell-bent on finding justice for Kylie, I feel like there's been a ton of traction in the last couple of weeks, and I just wanted to address it. I want to keep the pressure on. There's a few things I want to say, but first let me do my little routine stuff. Please hit your like button if you'd be so kind. And where's the other signage? Where did it go? I have this little tiny one, but you can't even see it. Let's see. There it is. I'm still still on makeshift until I get rooms rearranged. So please make sure that you're still subscribed if you are subscribed, and if you're not, consider it. I made my first $1 yesterday on YouTube. Seriously, is that so funny? A year and a half in, but I wasn't trying to make money, and now I am. So hopefully the quality of my videos won't go down, right? So share the video if you like it. Make sure you're still subscribed and turn on your notification bell to ring. And thank you for your patience, everybody, while I learn the ropes of this deal. I have said it so many times. I never believed that I could have a YouTube channel. And when another content creator first suggested it, I thought she was nuts. And I thought maybe she was just trying to get me to quit emailing her because I was always emailing her my opinions or, anyway, I thought, yeah, right. Me and a YouTube channel. But here I am and here you are. And without you guys, I couldn't do it. So thank you. Thank you kindly. Everything I say is simply my opinion for the sake of opening up a discussion, hoping to learn something, hoping to be educational. All my videos to date have been made for YouTube, an entertainment platform. I've got my coffee, I've got my water, I've got my notes, and I've got you, babe. So it is Valentine's Day, and so let's do a nice black heart. Remember Joan Jett and the Black Hearts? Man, I could go on and on about her, but how do I get it to actually look right? See, it's just every little angle thing. Look at that. It's bizarre. Anyway, let's just stay focused on Kylie. So, this morning I've been listening to her songs, and I'm going to put some links in the description of just Kylie songs, just freaking Kylie songs, because we don't have that many recorded for public viewing and enjoying. And that girl was so talented, so talented. So last night on my video, for the thumbnail, I used a photograph of Taylor Swift next to Kylie Rodney because it occurred to me, I think on Monday, the day after the Super Bowl, that Kylie, in my opinion, really was as talented as Taylor Swift. And Taylor Swift is an incredible phenomena, but these other artists that I've mentioned from the beginning, kind of paralleling them to Kylie, have been very successful from very young ages, but nowhere near the, the universal world superpower of Taylor Swift. And man, holy smokes, 20 years she's been doing this as a famous musician. And I would imagine that Kylie would have followed similar suit. Honestly, I don't think I'm overplaying her hand, so to speak. Oh, Christine, well, thanks for coming in. Sorry that you have to go. And thanks everybody for being here. You guys are the bomb. So, I don't plan on being on for too long, but the things that I wanted to discuss. So last night, Shan did, I think, 3 lives, and bless her soul. I mean, she is just hell-bent on justice for Kylie, as I think we all are. But that girl has motivation that I think is just unsurpassed and outwits anybody. And especially with Kylie's case, she's like an encyclopedia for Kylie's case. So what we know about this whole picture from the time that it went public, I think that was probably August 8th of 2022. And we keep going back to the basics. I think for about a year now, that's been the trend, because there's been nothing new. The breaks have been established, and we're not taking that for an answer. Hello, Michael McAllister. Good morning. And Mrs. Amir. Excellent to see you guys. So I didn't catch all of Shan's videos last night, of course. I mean, it was just so much. Hopefully I can get caught up and see the parts that I missed. But I got the gist of it, I think. And essentially, one of the things I wanted to say in today's live, again, when I come up with these ideas, I don't know if I'm the first one to put it out there on the streets of YouTube, but I know that I'm not the first one to think about Scammy taking the reins in the investigation and in the search. That's kind of a common theme for perps to do, to try to look like the hero. Think of Barry Morphew. Think of Chris Watts. It's easy to come up with, off the top of your head, a handful of those. Susan Smith. Anyway, I'm kind of losing my train of thought, because that's what I do when it's super important. So the way Scammy Smith did that is also the way a certain YouTube creator did that. And I'm not talking about Zanime. I'm not talking about Licked Me. I'm talking about Tony Dodge. And the things that he said on his channel, I'm pretty sure if anyone else said those things, that they would never have a channel again on a YouTube platform, or possibly any social media platform other than like the underground dark web ones. But wouldn't most people stating that they engage in very disturbing criminal activity on a public platform, that can get them investigated by law enforcement, like seriously. So why not for the All-American Dream Chaser? And what a weird name for a channel. Um, so him teaming up with Scammy and doing the interview is extremely suspicious to me. And I've often wondered that, but it wasn't until I think this morning that I thought, wow, like he really put himself in that same position that Scammy put herself in, as being the face of Scooby-Doo. Let's figure out this mystery, right? And is this just a regular generic Scooby-Doo mystery where you take the mask off the people that hired you at the end and they're the villains? I mean, that's often how it goes. That's why law enforcement looks so closely at the people that call 911. That's one of the many reasons why all 911 calls are recorded. So I just want to sit with that for a minute. I don't want to breeze over that. So that content creator could be just as guilty as Scammy. And there's so many things to be suspicious of that I think we've forgotten about. Like, let's go back to her grandfather, who seems like such a great person, especially for her and in her life. However, why was he so familiar with SF? Why was he so familiar with Check It? Like, what, WTF? What's going on with that? And why is he not fighting for his granddaughter? Remember, there was a quote that he said about that she was an embarrassment to the family or something like that. Like, I really get the impression that she was abused. I mean, most people don't build extravagant palaces off grid. That's so rare. Usually when people go off grid, it's in a very non-extravagant style. And many times when people build way out in the middle of nowhere, it's because they're doing secretive activity. And maybe there's some type of abuse going on. They don't want neighbors to stick their noses in. It's very curious. It's very curious. Let's see. I really couldn't hear Squirrels on Fire live stream from last night, and I thought she only did one last night, and I didn't know she did 3 videos last night, Jazzy. I think she did 3. I might have lost count. I think it was 3. But the last one she did, she had a panel. So did you see the panel one, Michael? And the bum was on her panel, and a couple other a local was on her panel. I don't think that local has ever been on anyone's channel. She was so funny. She was like me. She was like, I think Shan asked her, can you see the comments on your cell phone? Because she was just using her cell phone, and she was showing like her forehead, and I didn't know if that was intentional or not, that she was trying not to show her face, but she was trying to show that she was real. But when I think it was Shan that asked her, can you see the comments on your cell phone? And she's like, comments on the cell phone, I don't even know what that means. And honestly, like a year ago, I was in that same boat, because maybe 2 years ago, it was probably more like 2 years ago, before I ever had my channel, because I started my channel with a laptop. I've always tried to use the laptop as a content creator, except of course when it was in the hospital for months on end. But with the cell phone, I can sometimes see the comments now, but back then I had a stupid cell phone that I could never see the comments. And so people would be talking about the comments, and I would just be like, what the heck are they talking about? So then when I finally got on the laptop, I was like, oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, we all have to try to keep up with Squirrels on Fire, right, Parker? It's impossible. I mean, she's like playing video games while she's interviewing people and chatting. That's why she calls herself that, right? Mark, you're here. You're right on time. Right on time. Let me try to get caught up. I think you guys ran ahead of me a minute. And yes, and Bex, I don't know if I said hi to you. Brandy, good morning. And Christine, let's see. Prove anything on this case, we get nothing but lies. Right. It's true. It's 100% true. I feel like that same thing is true with Idaho 4 also. What did the local say? The local had a lot of good stuff to say. So honestly, I was like falling asleep while I was watching, so I can't coherently answer that question, Mark. But she was just very helpful and insightful because she lives nearby. I think she said Lake Placid, and she used to live in Sacramento, maybe. Monique Coate, hello. Here's a question. Has anyone used Google Earth to see if they might have any think on Kylie's days before the days to follow? No, I have not done that. Do you know how to do that? Yeah, I mean, we don't even know Kylie's last days. We don't know that August 6th was her last day. We just don't know. We don't honestly know if her last days were like today and yesterday, right? Not to get too freaky with you guys. Pixie Knickers. Oh my God, it's been forever. It's been a couple of minutes. And there you will be painting. Very cool. So lovely to see you, my dear. Excellent that you made it. And thank you, everybody. Michael says, from Squirrels on Fire live stream last night, Mr. Mr. Jazz. Yeah, he's sleeping off his night shift. So, yeah, that was funny last night when my 16-year-old came knocking on the door to let me know that he was home from work extremely late. And I do think that he wants to be in one of these videos one of these days, but I don't know. I know the dogs want to be in them, and everybody loves dogs in their videos, right? Come here, Mookie. Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, sweetheart. Let's see. Come here. Come. Come here. Oh, there we go. We caught a Mookie. We caught a wild Mookie. There. Look, say hi. Say hello, YouTube land. No, Mookie, don't kick over the computer. Oh my goodness. Is she so cute? So she seriously has a black heart on her forehead. I did not paint that on there. Let's get the lighting and the angle just right so you can totally see it. It is a perfect black heart, you guys. So there's your Valentine right there, my funny Valentine. That's Mookie. And when we got her, we met her when she was 5 weeks old. We kind of pre-ordered her from a friend. We didn't like buy her. She was, we paid $25 to the friend for her trouble, but, she was super dark. She was like a little black ball of joy. And she had one brother that survived. She had one sibling that didn't survive. And the brother was more her color, like kind of a reddish. And I wanted him simply because I loved his color. And my husband, who's more like the dog whisperer, or the he actually has his degree in zoology, and he grew up on a farm. So I love animals, but he's really good with animals. And he was like, no, we want the girl dog because she's a girl. And, we already had a girl dog that was like our alpha dog because she got to have her family to herself. So he didn't want a boy dog to interfere with that. And then as she grew, she got lighter and she turned the color that I wanted. It was like magic. And we still know her brother, who was adopted by some other people that were very loosely affiliated with. So sometimes we see photographs of him. And she is we did a DNA test on our dogs. I think she's like 51% wiener dog, but she thinks she's all wiener dog. She looks like a wiener dog. She acts like a wiener dog. Everything about her is wiener dog. But she's half Chiweenie as far as we knew when we got her. And her brother, he doesn't look like a wiener dog at all. Like, he's got long legs compared to her, and he's kind of a sandy color now. But enough of the dog speak. I know Mark appreciates it. Let's get back on track. Reel it in. Reel it in. The live is not posted with the local. Oh, the live is not posted with the local. Did she take it down? The one with the bomb? Oh, man. And that was really good. I was going to go back and try to watch that. Mrs. G got on the panel. Her bestie was on there. I think one other person that I saw. Yeah. No, but I saw some very interesting things that GE found in the UK. They will have timed videos. Interesting. I think you meant things, but I like thinks. Oh, it is up. Okay, Mark. Thank you. Okay, you guys. Yeah. Check it out while you can. You know, a lot of times videos get taken down, especially if they're too close to the truth. They get taken down for a lot of reasons by the content creators or by YouTube. But, you know, I know whenever Ara drops one, if I didn't catch it live, I need to watch it quickly before it disappears while I'm watching it. That's really annoying when you're in the middle of watching a video and it disappears, but it's happened to me a few times. Yeah, cute pup. And Puka, what a cute name, Claudia. I love that name. Yeah, Mookie and Puka, that's not too different. But yeah, Mookie is the hero from Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing. That was the name of his character. So that's who I named her after. The live from last night. Thank you, Bex, and thank you, Mark. So yeah, let's talk about the disgusting things that Tony Dodge said. It was 6 weeks, I think, before she went missing, before Kylie Rodney went missing. And it was like in a late night chat. I want to say it was like 2:00 in the morning. And it was Ryan Upchurch who brought it to my attention, probably brought it to a lot of your attention. The part where the content creator talking to his panel said that he was into kids. And he also said that he was into people that aren't alive, like nauseating, absolutely nauseating. And then I think it was that 6 week, like right around the same time, if not the same video, where he said the thing about a gang thing that rhymes with it that starts with a B that I just can't even go there. Again, how on earth do you say these things on YouTube and not get struck? Like, it makes me wonder if the people that run YouTube are friends with him. Seriously, like, how else could you explain that? I mean, I can't even repeat those things because it's too freakishly disgusting. I mean, even if I were allowed to on this platform, I don't think I would, because I don't even like to think those things, let alone speak them. But he said we can do that to her, right? 6 weeks before she went missing. And that was like typed into a chat. Yeah, that was typed into the chat. The other thing he said in a panel, the two things, and he said them right back to back, necro and pedo. And it was just like, whoa, dude, like, seriously, like that's not even funny. If that's a joke, it's not funny. And even as a joke, I would think that it would get taken down and that you would get a strike against your channel. Big time. So I've always wondered about that. I've always wondered who he's connected to. And I don't like calling out channels that do things that I don't agree with, but when I'm concerned about them trashing the entire platform of YouTube, and when I'm concerned about them being 100% phony, I do feel like it's my obligation. And the fact that Ikmael had Zanime on his panel discussion with Ryan Upchurch, that was how we were all introduced to Zanime. Like, what's their connection? What is that content creator's connection with her? Where the heck did she come from? I mean, we know she works for like NASA and the government, and she's like a emergency disaster cleanup technician type. It was as if she thought she could come in and do a panel with Ikmael and Ryan Upchurch, and she could just like whitewash this entire thing and get everybody to shut the F up, right? I mean, didn't that seem like it was her goal? I feel like I'm listing again. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Hey, Mark, could you check out Google Earth to see if you could see any evidence on Kylie and or Idaho money? I know you meant Idaho 4, but you must have hit the capital, the shift button. Yeah, he is one sick MF, Michael. I agree entirely. Yeah, Claudia, that's what he said. He used the full term. The full term that I didn't think you could even say that term talking about somebody else on YouTube. I can look at TD and feel sick to my stomach. Oh yeah, I can't even look at him. I literally can't look at him. He's awful. He was awful aside from those insane things that he said. There's just something very off about him. Very, very off. And I know that there had been a lot of suspicion at the beginning of the Kylie Rodney case that he allegedly lives in Arizona. I don't think I'm doxing him. I mean, it's a big state. But that there were 3 missing teenagers, like just in his neighborhood, like in a 2-block distance alone. So that was a red flag, or a few red flags. I'm good for messing up words, Jazz. Sorry for the misspell. Oh, no problem. I know it happens to all of us. It's hard. I kind of have fun with it, like trying to figure out what people were actually trying to say, or just running with it and using it in the misspelled way. That can be fun. Mama Smurf is here. Hello. It's been a minute. Yes. So let's see. I got some notes here. What else did I want to discuss with my people? I wanted to discuss how much money was generated over the missing persons case of Ms. Kylie Rodney. Was it $3.5 million that Placer County was paid to help to find her? Was it $3.5 million that Placer County, that would put the statutory sheriff Wu in charge of $3.5 million to find a smoking hot 16-year-old? I would think that he would do it for free. Okay, sorry, not sorry. Anyway, did they need to have her found? Was there a reason for her to be found so that they could put an end to the search? What if that wasn't her and they wanted to pretend that she was found so that people would stop looking? I'm not saying that I think that that is what is going on here, but I do think it's important to leave some room, a little bit of doubt for the possibility of that. I mean, stranger things have happened, you guys. Absolutely. So I feel like ever since she went missing, that every content creator and every viewer and every commenter every panelist has helped build this body of work about Kylie Rodney, whether she's deceased or not deceased. I feel like it's extremely important. She deserves that. I mean, honestly, anybody would deserve that. But Kylie captured our attention, I think, for some obvious reasons, that this game that these kids were playing, Scammy, with media and with all of the attention seeking and all of the stories, the outlandish stories that ever changing, like, oh, well, at this point, I think we're up to about 200, maybe 250 party goers, but it just keeps growing, you know, as we keep remembering that there were more, as we in our collective conscience and unconscious keep remembering that there was a sticker of a bull, a cow with horns. I mean, WTF, you guys. And then when you align these things, like the August 8th was the day that the story went public. And that was also the day that there was that post that her vehicle was found with different license plates on it, with her in it, alive, in South Reno. And then the Placer County Sheriff, I think it was, went into that Facebook thread and said, no, fake news. Sorry. And I brought it up a few days ago. Other content creators have brought that up. Shan and Illuminated Mind. And like, who are we supposed to believe? So if there was a vehicle found with somebody in it that resembled her, that the description matched the missing teen, that was the same day, August 8th. Wasn't that the same day that Jägermeister and Kate were interviewed in Reno? And Jaeger wasn't even batting an eyelash. She was just like, oh yeah, we'll find her. You know, us and our friends, we'll find her. She's fine. She's safe. You guys can go away. We don't need your help. The community will find her. That was what Mags said. And that was probably August 9th that Mags said it. So what if she was found that day? It's hard to know heads from tails on this case. Old creepy bald guys with bongs in each hand attacking girls. Eesh. Hey, Annie Ruler. Nice to see you. So Seeker of Truth has done some amazing videos. I don't often mention that channel just because it's not in my immediate data bank in my brain. And same with Sagali, who I call Truth Tsunami. Those channels are amazing, and they've done a lot for Kylie. I want to give a huge shout out to every channel that's ever covered Kylie. And I mean it, like big channels, little channels, everything in between, whether they've gone with the status quo or against the grain. Thank you to everyone who's kept attention on Kylie. Our girl deserves justice. Our girl deserves truth. Tell the truth for Kylie, right? And I think it was Shan that came up with that simple slogan. Tell the truth for Kylie, you MFs. I mean, seriously. I've got another notebook here I want to look at while I'm talking to you guys. Oh, yes. Thanks for the reminder, Annie. Hit the like button. All lies from day one. 20 watching and 19 likes. Highest ratio I've seen. Oh, how exciting is that? I love it. That is awesome. Thanks, you guys. Thanks for watching, and thanks for remembering to hit the like button. That's way cool. I've actually seen the likes higher than the numbers watching because, you know, people that had to get off of the video, but they already hit the like button. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that's rare. I wonder what information Ms. Kylie would have had on the mystery of that place she had others call home. I've still got my little puppy dog on my lap, you guys. Oh my God, she's so cute. She's such a little snuggler. I miss Squirrel Girl. I hope she's doing well. I know she was a really good channel. I liked her squirrels. Mama Smurf says, oops, OE, more like, what did Mama Smurf say? I missed it. LOL. Okay. So, yeah. The home in the isolation. I don't know if that's what you were talking about, Monique, with your comment there. I'm going to go back to, I don't know if I had that highlighted. I think I did. If I didn't, here it is now. I wonder what information Ms. Kylie would have had on the mystery of that place she had others call home. So my question is about why the grandfather built that house in such rugged isolation. It's dangerous. It's dangerous up there. That's why people don't live up there. It's dangerous getting in and out. And we all know that there's weeks in the middle of winter where you cannot get in and out of the residence except by snowmobile or cross country skis. And snowmobiles cause avalanches. I mean, anything can cause an avalanche, but especially like helicopters and snowmobiles are very bad for that. And there's a lot of avalanches in Tahoe. There's people that die in avalanches every year in Tahoe. And this is why the ski patrol is so serious there and why they have the state of the art equipment to find missing people, because they have people missing all the time. So why could they not find a missing teenager in the summer in 14 feet of water when it wasn't even just her small person? It was an entire large SUV. I mean, that's just a crock. That's absolute, consistent with Mark's last comment, all lies from day one. 100%. 100%. Jaded Warehouse, I was the one who hadn't liked yet. You're funny. That's cute. One more like, yay, I have a book for her on squirrels for Christmas. Oh, that's cute, Monique. That's nice. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to give out their address on YouTube, even in a private email, which is understandable. And, you know, some people have post office boxes, but still, then you know the more accurately the general vicinity that they're in, right? That home deep in the woods, it's beautiful up there. It is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I remember how striking it was in my mind's eye when the case first started, and looking at photographs of the lodge and looking at the location of it. And I was just floored, because you don't see places like that. Places like that, there aren't very many of them. They just don't exist. And when they do, they certainly don't have like true crime limelight shining on them. Speaking of light shining on them, I feel like I'm getting flooded out by all these lights. You know, the light changes as you're talking. So, you know, the door to this room was closed and now it's open. So there's ambient light over there. Thanks to this little girl, this little rat muffin. Oh, there's the Mookie. Let's not French kiss in front of everybody. We don't want people to know that we do that. See, that's disgusting. That's about as disgusting as I'll get with stuff like that. I mean, that's as far as I'll go with stuff like that. And I'm just trying to show off her cute little black heart. Yes, baby. She will try to slip her tongue into my mouth. It's so hilarious. But I just love her to pieces. She is the center of my world. Not that I have favorites. Not that I have favorites. I keep trying to show her head with the black heart. Anyway, she's such a distraction, isn't she? She's such a little love bug. Such a little love bug. My boy Phoenix is recovering from a yeast infection. Oh, yuck. An animal with a yeast infection? I actually have never even heard of that. And what about the reward monies Kylie's mom would reward? Did she ever give it to those boat finder group that found her car? Hey, Claudia. Good question. No, they never got the money. They were given the Hellcat from Upchurch, and Kylie's mom decided she would keep that money, but that's illegal. I mean, you can go to jail for that. That's stealing, that's fraud. That money was supposed to be for whoever found her. And yeah, that was weird. I mean, this case was all about the money, wasn't it? Oh, he's a black brindle, Monique says, her little Phoenix. Oh, it's a little wiener, Miss W says. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone. Yeah. So really, I just wanted to come on to the live and talk about the All-American Dream Chaser and why they still have a channel, how they still have a channel, how they can say these most horrific, illegal things and not get struck. And then we've got really legit channels like Paula Plunder and Behind Criminal Minds and Zowalski. Is that how you say it? Zowolski, I think. The channels that were, and Mist and Things, the channels that covered the video that the Survivor's Guide to True Crime dropped with the interview with her husband. And so Plunder and Behind Criminal Minds got a strike, but they were able to fight it. But that takes a lot of time and effort that you can't put into creating new content because you're trying to defend your channel so that you don't get another strike and get removed from YouTube. So they both successfully fought it, but shouldn't there be repercussions for the channel that made I want to say false allegations against these other channels? I mean, that took a lot away from them, and it took a lot away from the public because certainly both of those channels produce a lot of thought-provoking content that then they were not able to make because they had to focus on getting that copyright strike dealt with appropriately. And thank goodness that they did. Thank goodness that they had the ability to focus on it and that they chose to do that and that they got it removed. But what I want to say again, I've said it before, what I think is the most relevant information about that whole freaking drama is Rourke's wife taking down the video. It was the one video that her YouTube channel had. That was it. So I guess she has other platforms and she's got like one little miniature 1 minute video up. But that video was the only real content she had on that channel, and they took it down. And that, again, speaks volumes. Like, the fact that they put it up is great because that was really good information for the public to know. And the fact that they took it down is also super amazing because that is information in and of itself. The lack of information can be some of your best evidence. The void of evidence can be some of your best evidence. So it is abundantly clear that Rourke and his wife think that Nicole Kessinger is a victim and that she needs protected, and that everybody that questions her culpability needs to step off, to put it politely from their perspective. And they don't care if that's thousands of people. They don't care if that's well-educated people. They don't care if that's huge content creators with a very loyal following that believe that or that question that. And let's just keep it as a question, not even a belief, but just questioning. There's enough reason to question that she got away with something. the fact that she got rid of her car, the fact that she destroyed her SIM card, the fact that her texts and other data wasn't collected from the cloud. Literally, the detectives and Rourke said that they didn't have the ability to do it, that they didn't have the know-how or whatever. And even if they didn't, they could have sourced it out. They could have gotten like Oracle or LexisNexis or somebody to do that for them. Or I'm sure there's hundreds, thousands of small businesses of people like Shan who would be more than happy to dig that up for them. But the phone companies as well. And they still haven't done it. You guys, it's been 5.5 years. And you have to match the evidence with the confession, because so many confessions are false confessions. Zawoski. Oh, I like that. Is it supposed to be like woke? Melrose Zawoski. Or is that just his name? I don't know. Yeah, she is so cute. She's 7 years old, little Mookie. And I met her when she was 5 weeks old, and then we got her when she was 8 weeks old. And she was still nursing up until the day that we got her. Poor little baby had to leave her mama. But she did have one sibling who didn't survive because the mom had that little baby like in the laundry pile, and the baby wasn't found in time, trying to hide that light, that blue light, so it's not so bright for your eyes. Let's see. Yeah, Plunder's amazing. I'm pretty sure she used to work for a news channel back in the day, that she was an investigative journalist for mainstream media. I'm almost 100% sure that that's the case with her. And she's really good. She's really, really sharp. She's really humble and modest, and I just appreciate her work so much. And she's always like right on top of things. I mean, she's finding cases the minute they happen, and getting the body cam, the public records very quickly, and putting them out there for everyone to see. We have a Westie, and his skin gets really bad yeast infections in the past. Oh, ouch. Brandy, have you changed his diet? I hear that helps. Good morning. Going to be just listening in, Sandra. Well, and I'm thinking we'll wrap her up too. We're just over 45 minutes, so it's a short one. But yeah, I just was trying to get on as quickly as I could so that I can stick to my earlier in the day routine that I really do want to stick to. And, trying to get to yoga classes, trying to do my own teaching. I still need to make that video of me teaching for you guys, so that if you want, you can do the stupid light, so that you guys can do the class, the master class that I've come up with. So I said that I would do that for you guys, and I'm still planning on it. I've just had a lot on my plate. And I figured that you would rather have true crime discussions over a yoga workout, but it's getting really good. And so I'm tweaking it. I'm trying to make it better. I have almost the entire thing. I still need to do the cool down part. So I have like between 30 and 40 minutes of a workout. And when I teach it to somebody like my friends or family, each time I teach it, I'm learning more how to make the transitions smoother, and how to like add things or subtract things to just make it more streamlined. Who knew teaching yoga could be so freaking hard? I mean, it has been an uphill battle, and I feel like I'm over the hump, but I hate to say that because I don't want to jinx it, and you just never know what's coming next. I mean, we still haven't done the anatomy part of the class, so I'm sure that'll be a wake-up call. I'll be like, what? I thought it was hard before. So yeah, I do need to get on with my day. You guys probably need to get on with some things too. I want to thank you so much for joining me. Keep talking about Kylie, keep watching Kylie content, keep her name out there. And thanks to everybody that participates in trying to find justice for Kylie. Yeah, I wanted to put links in today's video of all the music things. So like the fiddler one when she was tiny, and the videos of her and her grandfather when she was like a tween. And then of course her SoundCloud Far Away. Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal, the body of work that we have in the public. I can only imagine what the family has in private, and I can only imagine what there could have been even in the last 18 months had this not happened. And when I say this, I mean scammy. I mean, I think scammy happened, don't you? Whatever her motive was, whatever it was that she did something. And then I think that channel, the content creator, was trying to help her cover. And what involvement did he have? Because he came into Truckee, you guys. Allegedly, he would stay at the lodge for those biannual Alpine Club conventions. So was he at the lodge the weekend before she allegedly disappeared? Because there would always be a convention at the Alpine Club at the Lost Trail Lodge in January and one in July. So the year that Kylie disappeared, that convention was the last weekend of July, which was the last weekend before they reported that she went missing. And I think that that's extremely important. I mean, when you're dealing with a missing persons case, when you're dealing with a fatality, every detail is extremely important. Every detail. Nothing is too small. And you never know. Like I was thinking about that this morning in preparing for this video, that you never know what tiny detail you might stumble upon that is like the string that undoes the entire sweater. So the more we talk about it, the more possibilities there are of that happening, because you just don't know. You don't know what it is that is going to make the whole charade come tumbling down, the whole house of cards. And that's why I think it's so important to just keep at it. Let's see, where are we? Let's read your last few comments here. Claudia, they must have used the AWP leader scandal to avoid giving the reward money. Well, and that whole scandal, like I knew before that happened that the people, the wrongdoers, were going to try to undermine the credibility of AWP. And at the time I thought, good luck with that, because they have a lot of credibility, and how on earth are you going to undermine it? And unfortunately they did a really good job of undermining it, didn't they? The channel is Zowoki. His name is Nick Hughes. Thank you, Melanie. Yeah, I have gotten a little bit familiar with his channel, and I want to get more familiar, because he talks some really good talk about the Watts case, and I appreciate that very much. So thanks for the comment, Zowoki. So not Zawoski. I was adding that in. Well, you had that too, Zawoski, but it's Zawoki. And his name is Nick Hughes. Another Nick in the Watts case. Yeah, and I made a mistake the other day. I was saying that the neighbor whose name is Nate, and people call him Nosy Nate, the one who had the videotape. I was mistakenly saying that he was Nick also, but there are, close to half a dozen Nicks in the Watts case. And WTF is up with Real Justice trying to say that the neighbor Nate's videos were fake, and they were in Watts the Obsession's chat the other night trying to protect NK. And I was trying not to be too rude, but I was also like upset with Real Justice, because they were making some really rude comments to my dear friend Kelly, the content creator. And finally I just said, like, are you NK's new squeeze? I mean, I was trying to just keep it real because, like, why would they be trying to protect her? And why would that channel be trying to implicate Nicole Atkinson as one of Chris Watts's flings? Because the only person that I would think would be trying to say that there were other flings that Chris Watts had would be the one fling that he had that was integral to the crime. And I think that she was behind getting Trent Bolt's involvement. And then that other woman whose name I can't remember, the one that claims she met Chris on Tinder and they hooked up at a Chick-fil-A parking lot. And then he was like rough and they only had the one night stand. But Trent Bolt, there's connections with him. He was the guy who had the lip injections, who said that he was Chris's lover. And that was a crock. And there's legitimate connections with him and Nicole Kessinger. So, that seemed like an obvious ploy to try to deflect, like, that she wasn't the only one, that Chris was just a player. And so if you're going to look at her, you should look at anybody that he might have had an affair with. And no, I mean, she was the only one. He wasn't a player. Like Shanann said, she didn't even think he had enough game to look at that. I'm like trying to straighten out my necklace and I'm like making it more crooked. So that's so hilarious. Give up. Just give up. It's impossible. Anyway, where was I with Trent Bolt and NK? And why would Real Justice say that Nicole Atkinson was having an affair with Chris Watts? That was crazy. That was absolutely insane. There's no way that Nicole Atkinson would have done that to Shanann. And quite frankly, there's no way that Chris Watts, who was like so obsessed with, his new hot bod and his new hot skank, there's no way he would have been doing that with somebody that wasn't superficially in such good shape. I mean, obviously, these people that were in good physical shape were like freaking train wrecks beyond repair. And Nicole Atkinson is a beautiful, beautiful person. I mean, she did everything she did for Shanann. And then she had to go battle cancer right after that, after losing her dear friend, raising her kids with having this disgusting familicide with people that they grew up with. I mean, unbelievable. And then to have a content creator accuse her of having an affair with Watts? Give me a break. Like, I'm just horrified. Like, that channel is really ridiculous. And I find it imperative to go ahead and speak out and say my opinion about it. So I've had it with that crap. And I thought that all that stuff on Kelly's Live last week was way, way out of hand. And, they can say whatever they want, but they can't go onto another content creator and say all that crap, in my opinion. And, Kelly and her mods were being very tolerant, which I think is very respectable. But I do think it's imperative to call a spade a spade. I will always stand by that. So you guys, let's go ahead and wrap up this Valentine's Day. Oh, CC's shorts are awesome. Yes. Where are we? Brandy, we cook meals for him, his mom and brother, safe food. We cook meals for him. Yeah, he's not spoiled, huh? Oh, that's cute. Have a lovely day. And do we know if Scammy sings with a group of girls? I have no idea, but I have no idea if I wouldn't think she's got any musical talent, or if she thinks she has musical talent. Hey, Sherry. Hey, Jazz, just getting here. We'll go back and review. Love is in the air today. Happy Valentine's Day. And I cut myself off last night before I said my my final words that I like to end with. sending you light and sending you love. And I was like in the middle of saying it and I already hit the end stream button. So that was really goofy. And especially on Valentine's Eve. So let's say it very clearly today on Valentine's Day, sending you love and affection and positive vibes, and treat yourself well, buy yourself flowers, cook yourself a beautiful brunch, take yourself for a walk. If you have someone special in your life or a special fur baby, just be with them and enjoy your time together. Seize the day. Take really good care of yourself. Eat well. High protein, high veggies, high chocolate on Valentine's Day. And drink your water. Stay hydrated. What else? If you feel like getting some exercise, I mean, I just think that yoga and other exercise is like a gift that we give to ourselves. And it feels so good to be getting flexible again. I was so stiff when I started this yoga training. I was in some of the worst yoga condition that I've been in my entire lifetime, but that didn't stop me. In the last 5 months, I've made so much progress. I've still got a ways to go because, but I think I'm in it for, this is a big life change. I think I've turned a corner. This is my new thing. And I want to keep with my new thing with YouTube. And thank you to YouTube for finally monetizing me and for earning my first dollar yesterday. That's what it says on my analytics anyway. I mean, I'll see when I get it. And I thought that I would get the $162 or $163 that I earned that first month when they then wouldn't let me validate that I was who I was. I thought that money would catch up with me, but I don't know. I might have missed it. I mean, it's a couple $1,000s that I've missed in this 12-month period, but so long as I can get this baby off the ground, that's all I've ever really cared about. And it's probably good that I wasn't making any money, because honestly, I wouldn't have wanted that to distract me or to influence me on the cases that I choose to focus on or how I choose to focus on them. So it's not about the money. It's about truth. It's about justice. It's about community. And I just am so happy to be here. So thanks for helping make that a reality. And what else do we have here? I saw a group on Australia Got Talent. Some girl looked familiar. Oh, interesting. Yee. The Nicole Atkinson angle is absolutely insane. Melanie, I'm so glad you said that. Let me read this whole thing. It is completely insane. Someone said something negative about her teenager as well. Yeah, I caught that about Nick having a crush on Shanann. And I'm sorry, but who wouldn't have a crush on Shanann? She was freaking gorgeous and bubbly and friendly. I mean, that was his mother's best friend, and they were like connected at the hip like Siamese twins. Something along the lines of he's no angel, but didn't elaborate. Happy Valentine's Day. Honestly, we all have things, right? I mean, come on. That's ridiculous. But yeah, I heard the thing about him having a big crush on Shanann, and I'm like, as if that's news, as if that's a surprise. Give me a break. Caught the beginning and the end. I will definitely replay the middle. Well, at least I had a beginning and an end and not just a middle, right? That's a Kids in the Hall skit. That's one of my favorites. I might have to link it if I can find it. Link it in the description. And I'll tell you guys more about it later. Let's wrap her up. My phone always rings when I'm watching a live. Oh, yes, Parker87. Congratulations. Thank you for saying that. And yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal to me that I've been here with my channel, with you guys for a year and a half. I'm getting very close to 750,000 views, you guys. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Have a lovely Valentine's Day, and I will see you on the flip side. Take care of yourself, and thanks again.